This is boring, but it will shrink 93% of your visual fat. Now, your visual fat isn't melting your organs inside by accident. It's being stored there on purpose, music, and on command. And there are 3 signals that your body is firing every single day. And the day you shut those 3 signals off, the fat around your organs has one instruction left. Let go and not be on your body anymore. And my client Nicholas, he's a surgeon. When he came to us, his visual fat would not move no matter what he tried. And today, I'm going to share with you what we did to get his visual fat to the lowest percentage humanly possible. I'm going to share everything we did with Nicholas with you. So, it's essentially this. We have 3 signals and 3 switches. Let's not waste time. Let's dive straight in. So, switch 1, what you're actually fighting right before the 3 signals and switches. Music. And I'm going to give you context here, because if not, none of this is going to make sense. You have 2 kinds of fat. You have the subcutaneous fat. It's the stuff you can pinch around your hips, your love handles, your bellies, your legs, but it's harmless. Then we have visual fat, and that one is different. It's deep inside your body. It's wrapped around your organs. Picture bubble wrap around your organs. And it doesn't behave like subcutaneous fat at all. It behaves like an organ itself, and an angry one hurting all your others. And this bubble music wrap has toxic chemicals inside of it, and it's pumping out chemicals called cytokines, inflammatory chemicals, right? So I want you to picture this. Picture your knee swollen. That inflammation on your knee stops you from doing the basics. All of a sudden, you cannot walk properly. You definitely cannot go for iron or even jump. It hurts. Music. So it's essentially like you're in limp mode. It's red. It's hot. You can barely move. Music. Visceral fat is doing the exact same thing to your liver, to your pancreas, to your heart, and all your other organs all day, every single day, but quietly. Now, I know that sounds scary, but this is exactly why, out of nowhere, people who are healthy suffer a heart attack, a stroke, dementia. Out of nowhere, you see that you do a blood test and you're pre-diabetic. Hey, you're diabetic. And the list goes on. And then they're recommending you to get a $1,000 injection. Annoying. But before I digress, here's the part that's going to change everything. Visceral fat music has more cortisol receptors than any fat in your body. Cortisol is the stress hormone. So think of it like this. There are more antennas tuned music to pick up your stress on your fat than anywhere else. And that's the whole secret. Visual fat isn't passive. It's not just chilling there. It's wired to respond to signals, which is exactly why signals, not starvation, are what will shrink it. And it is why you can be lean on the outside and still be carrying fat on the inside. So, watch till the end. Signal number 1. I call it the sugar filter. Every time your blood sugar spikes fast, music, your body sends a signal to visual fat and it's like, hey, we need to deal with this ASAP. Please store it. Right? They put too much in too quickly. And that's the entire game of signal 1. It's that simple. We just want to stop the spike. We want to stop that fast spike. And we need to build a filter, a net, right? So nothing that will rush into your blood and hit it like a freight train. So these are 2 levers I want you to pull. And the first one is something that you aren't thinking about. And that, music, is going to be soluble fiber. When you eat soluble fiber, it turns into a gel in your gut. And I'm showing you a video now of me creating a soluble fiber. Music. And look at this Coca-Cola. That gel physically slows how fast sugar gets into your blood. And it feeds also as a benefit the good gut bacteria in your body. And it allows insulin, the main storage hormone, to work properly. And the numbers on this are wild. There were researchers at Wake Forest, and they tracked over 1,000 people for 5 years. For every extra 10 grams of soluble fiber that person ate, the rate at which music they built new visceral fat dropped by 4%. Now, music, this is a more observational study, right? So it's showing a strong link over time, but it's not a guarantee from a single meal. But if you think about it, like 10 grams of soluble fiber is like nothing. That one is like an avocado, you eating a cup of black beans, or a tablespoon of chia seeds. It's a small input that you can start integrating into your day, and that will allow us to slow down this fat building around your organs. Now, the second lever is music order. Eat your protein first, then your fiber, and your carbs last. Never your carbs first. Now, there was research done by Cornell Medical established their Search Institute, and essentially this is what they did. They had two groups of people. They ate the exact same meal, but they just changed the order of how they ate the meal. So when the vegetables and the protein came, first the blood sugar, and get this, was 29% lower at 30 minutes and 37% lower at 1 hour. So it's almost you get this 37% discount on a blood sugar spike simply by just eating your food in a different order. Now, and part of why it works as well is that it also nudges a hormone called GLP-1. GLP-1 is the hormone that AMPIC is trying to mimic. And you'll see people calling that eating protein first is naturalism pick. Yes, we can call it that way loosely, and the rise you get from your food is small, but it's short-lived, but it's something that I definitely want you toed. So that's signal 1. I want you to have 10 grams of soluble fiber a day and fiber and protein before your carbs. And that is going to be the net that you create, right? Make sure you're drinking a lot of water, because if you're not hydrated, that silly muscle is going to know. It's going to let you know, hey bro, we need some more water here. Your gut isn't going to feel nice. Please drink a lot of water. Now, I am so curious. How many of you are using the PFC system? Protein first, fiber second, and carbs last. Is it working for you? Let me know in the comments, because it's one thing for me to say, someone on YouTube that maybe you don't know, but if people see in the comments the PFC system works, you may inspire just one person to change their life trajectory. And I've heard amazing things. So let me know what you've seen. But let's talk about signal 2. I call this the golden hour. And here's a fact about your body that you are wasting every day. First thing in the morning, where your insulin is flat on the floor and your fuel tank is empty. Music. In that golden hour, your body has no food to burn. So what happens? It has to get energy somewhere, and it essentially burns its own reserve tank. What is that tank? Visceral fat. It's the reserve tank that your body's gonna touch first. So right now, very likely, you're filling that tank up first thing in the morning with a breakfast. Maybe even you're drinking frappe cappuccino or the coffee with milk, and you're doing this as your breakfast, right? And that's what your body gets every day. But essentially, signal 2 is about protecting this golden hour from both ends. So first thing in the morning, before you eat anything, music, get outside, and I want you to walk for 20 to 30 minutes fasted. This is that cardio I promised you from the start. Now, here's the research. Scientists at Bath and Birmingham ran a 6-week trial on this exact timing. The group that exercised before breakfast burned about double the fat during their sessions compared to the group that had breakfast first. And over those 6 weeks, the fasted group didn't lose more total weight, but double the fat was fuel burned from the walk itself. What changed dramatically was their insulin sensitivity. And if you guys have heard my librarian analogy, the librarian's job, insulin, set music, is to take your books, your carbs, store it in the right place, right? And when you're insulin sensitive, your librarian is sensitive. So when the books come in, the librarian is going to work. It's putting the books where it needs to. Music. And better insulin response is what serves visceral fat over the long run. It stops packing things onto your organs and uses that food as energy instead. The second one is happening at the end of the day, at night. Close the kitchen. Closed. No more. You can't come in. Go to bed. Isn't that interesting? Just eating your food earlier in the day compared to later allowed you to lose more visceral fat. So, signal 2 is 1. Music rule at the end of the day. I want you to walk faster in the morning before you fill your tank up. And then I want you to stop eating early at night so that the tank can actually empty overnight. And I'm not asking you to eat less. You're just letting the empty hour do its job. Now, before I go into signal number 3, which is so important, I see this hurting every single person who has walked through my doors at Sculpt by Science. And we've been around since 2020 music during CO. If you're 35 years and older, you're a busy person, you're a doctor, you're a business owner, you're an executive, you're a team lead, you've tried the diets, you've tried the apps, and none of it is working. This is something that no one is talking about for you. Father time, music, it does its thing, right? So think about when you hit puberty. Everyone around that, teens, they start experiencing puberty. It's normal, right? The same thing happens at the opposite end, past the age of 35. For men, your testosterone is sliding every single year. It's sliding even faster if you're sleeping less. And it doesn't reverse on its own. And for women, it's estrogen. Estrogen is declining every single year past 35. And I tell my ladies that estrogen is to women what testosterone is to men. And essentially, every month you wait where you're trying all this nonsense that doesn't work, every month it's going to work against you. And this is exactly what me and my team fix at Sculpt by Science. We're a team of medical doctors who are experts in natural transformation. We understand medicine 3.0. We're not giving you medication. We're giving you the right steps to change what you need to reverse your biomarkers. So in week 1, me and my team of doctors run a 100 plus blood biomarkers. We take the data and we design your entire protocol from your labs. It's not guesses, what we think, what we saw. It is evidence-based research and a plan designed for it. We essentially take that data and we build a minimalist protocol that works around a packed, busy schedule. You will have a weekly Zoom call with your head doctor and me, and we are in your corner daily. Me and my team are a message away and music. I've built this since 2020, and this entire experience is concierge. We're doctors and coaches who genuinely care, and we're in your corner every step of the way. And this is what we build at Sculpt by Science. But I need to be straight with you. We are premium. This is a high-touch program. Our clients invest accordingly. I want people to get results and to be ambassadors for us at the end. Music of the day, right? I want to work with amazing people, hardworking people who genuinely want to change their lives, music, so that they can change their lives around them, their kids, their family, their company, music, all the people that they're leading. So if that's you, this is exactly what to do next. Music. Scan the QR code on the screen right now with your phone, or you can tap the link in the description of this video. I'll also pin it as a comment, right? And either one of these links will take you to the same place. You're going to answer a few questions so me and my team can genuinely see if we can help and if you are fit for us. You'll be able to pick a calendar time, right, for a one-on-one diagnostic call with our medical team. We're a small team. We're a compact team, but we're the best. So we do cap how many people we take. Ladies, we also have our Sculptor division. That's our women's division, our own doctors, and we build everything around your hormones, not just some sort of template. So if that's you, you can also scan the QR code on the screen or tap the link in the description. I'll see you on the call. But let's move into signal number 3. And I call this the cortisol antenna. This is the thing that is music wrecking you every single day, especially when you think you're doing it all right. Remember, visceral fat has more cortisol receptors than any other fat in your body. It is covered in antennas in music to one frequency, and that is stress. So every time your cortisol is running high, the fat picks up the signal and it also picks it up super loud. And the message that it hears is always the same. Hey, hold on to this fat and grow more, which means you can be on point with your food. You can be on point with the workouts. But if that signal is screaming the whole day, all night, that fat around your organs isn't going to move. And you've heard people call this cortisol belly, and this is what people are referring to. The loudest source of that signal is one that people aren't protecting enough, and that's sleep. Now, researchers music at Mayo Clinic, they cut healthy people's sleep down to 4 hours of sleep a night for 2 weeks. And get this, their visceral fat went up 11%, weeks, right? Not from eating more, not from moving less, just from sleeping less. Because essentially this poor sleep spikes cortisol and raises your hunger hormone. It raises grain, and it also raises the hormone that tells you, hey, you're full, which is leptin. So essentially, when you sleep less, you wake up stressed, you wake up hungrier, and then all you want is sugar. And that antenna is lit. Music. So here's how to cut the signal. 3 things. We need 7 to 8 hours of sleep, snorts. Stop negotiating with your sleep. Music. When you want to watch a TV show, when you want to go out with your friends at night, you don't negotiate on your salary, right? Why you negotiate for more? Why are you negotiating with your sleep? It's not a nice to have. Stop eating 2 hours before bed. Do it 3 hours or more so your body can actually drop into deep sleep music when it can clear cortisol. In the morning, get light into your eyes from the walk. That's signal 2. Because essentially the morning light will reset your body's internal clock. That's how someone in Australia and someone in the United States wakes up at the exact times that they're supposed to, is because light is actually going to be the clock reset, and this will pull your cortisol curve down earlier in the day. So cut that signal as well at night. So this is essentially when the fat will be let go. And I'm going to share with you the complete signal protocol. So take a screenshot. These are all 3 signals in one page. Signal number 1, I want you to create SugarNet. 10 grams of soluble fiber and the PFC system every single meal. Signal number 2, we want to do the empty tank, the golden hour, fasted 20 to 30 minute, music walk before breakfast, and we want to have your last food 3 hours before bed. Signal number 3, the cortisol antenna. We need 7 hours of sleep at night. We need morning light first thing in the morning, and we close the kitchen. And here's one day put together. So now you can see how little it's actually going to take you. Wake up, go for a 20-minute walk outside, and then after an hour, then you can have your black coffee. When you decide to break your fast, we, music, need 30 to 40 g of protein. We need soluble fiber, right? So picture, eggs, have your chia seed and berry smoothie if you want, and then have your carbs last. And every meal, same order, PFC, protein first, fiber second, carbs last, and then dinner. Let's finish dinner early. Close the kitchen before you go to bed, because the light from your devices, from your screens, can also tell your brain, and your brain thinks it's the sun, and that's why you maybe don't feel sleepy. We want to shut it off at least 1 to 2 hours before, and that's it. 3 signals that you switch off every single day. And I'm not asking you to starve. I'm not asking you to live in the gym or do copious amounts of cardio. You're just stopping the messages, the boring ones that is building fat. And you'll hear people say that you can't spot reduce fat. Now, strictly, they're right. You cannot aim at fat loss on your love handles on your belly, but visceral fat is metabolically active and it's the most signal-sensitive fat that you have. It's the easiest one for your body to actually grab. So when you change those signals, it's the first fatto move. So if you're interested in working with me and my team, you finally want a guaranteed way of getting your results. It's the link in the description. But I think this is an amazing video that you need to watch next. And let me know if you're doing the PFC system in the comments. And like I always say, 1 foot front of the other, especially when you don't feel like it. Cheers.